There we go.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our regular Sunday live hangout. My name's Nick.
I'm Andrea.
That's Andrea. Yeah, and welcome. If you're new to the channel, and we've had a crazy amount of new subs, thanks to a little video of ours going a bit bonkers. And we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about eBay's response. You'll have all seen the title. eBay have been in touch. We're going to get onto that very quickly. But yeah, first off, if you are new here, we're resellers. We buy stuff. We sell it on the internet to make money. That's what this channel is all about. The ins and outs of how we choose to earn our living. I thought you were going to say something then.
No, I was just going to add to that. That's our business. That's what we've been running it for near on 20 years now. And
Yes. So we've got a few shout outs to say. Ashley got in contact with us. So hi, Ashley, if you're watching. Thanks for the message. We want to say thanks to Lisa, who bought, you may have seen in the recent vlog, I picked up a little brass I love my pony sign. And it sold really quick. I wasn't sure how to price that because I couldn't find anything equivalent on eBay. Really nice thing. Yeah. And we had a message with the order to say it was from Lisa, who is a follower of the channel. So thank you very much if you're watching. And also Wayne, who bought a CD, and Anthony, who is buying a bundle of CDs from us. So thank you guys. But then we've got another quick shout out and an unboxing to do before we get on with what eBay have to say. And we'll say a few hellos in the chat before we go as well. Now, this
is quite fabulous.
Oh, there's my address. Well, everyone can get it on eBay anyway. But Tom Curry, who I believe is in, yes,
I've seen him.
He's just sold another head. We did sell another headlight. Yes, that was in the vlog. Tax Shack Tom Curry kindly sent us a gift. Now we didn't know this was.
Well, you.
Well, this one's for me. Yes. Yeah. So we're going to open that up and take a look. Now, Tom is actually in hospital, but I believe it's for a good thing. It's nothing to do with the virus or anything bad. So I hope everything's going okay, Tom. So first of all, we've got a card. If I get in here, which is a thank you. It says, by the time you get this, my little one will be born. So we're assuming that's why Tom is in hospital right now.
I hope it's not for anything bad.
Yeah. Can she have a shout out? Her name is Willow. So hi, Willow.
We've got a little niece called Willow.
We do. Yeah, we saw our Willow at the weekend, actually. It goes on to say, hi, Nick and Andrea. Thank you for all the hard work you put into YouTube. You guys are an inspiration to us all. Tax Shack Tom Curry. So thank you very much for that. And then there's this package, and inside, I have already opened this. I'm going to share with you. Now, many of you know I'm a huge Depeche Mode and Erasure fan. Is it upside down? It is upside down. Tom has gone to the trouble of getting hold of this. I assume this isn't him who's put it together, because it's number 7 of 500, limited edition. It's got signatures on here of Vince Clarke and Andy Bell, who are Erasure. So how awesome is that? And that's one of my favorite albums by Erasure. The Innocents. So yeah, blew my mind. Thank you so much, Tom. Yeah. That's going to go up on the wall in the office.
That was definitely a wow moment when you opened that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredible.
So I don't know quite what to say, Tom. You really didn't have to, but it is so appreciated. It's going to go up with the picture that Kenneth sent us in the office.
Yeah, you're getting quite a wall, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, right? So thank you so much, Tom. Hopefully he's still in and he's watching. I'm just going to catch up in the chat. Actually,
you something you wanted to read out before you scrolled down.
Yes, I did see a message there. Jamie was saying, I've PM'd Nick and commented on several videos about what video games he has in stock, as I always see them on the shelves, but I always get ignored. It's not that we ignore you. It's really, really hard to keep up with this chat. And as for PMs and personal messages...
Yeah, we do get hundreds and hundreds across the platforms that we have.
So. And this week we've had thousands of messages. On the video alone, it's at 1,200 messages.
So we do try our hardest to keep up with messages, but some of them just slip through the net because we can't answer them all, unfortunately. But really appreciate the fact that you're taking the time to do it.
Yeah. So video games, anything that I've got that's for sale is listed. There is always a stack up there that you may see, but that's stuff like Guitar Hero and other bits and bobs that are sitting there waiting to be bundled up or put with guitars. So there's nothing exciting that you may see in the back of the videos in the background.
We have a super chat from...
There was one I noticed before that as well.
Well, I'll just read this one out because I've highlighted it now.
Yeah.
From the Reselling White Boy, says, "Hi Nick and Andrea, you two along with Zahir and Ben Fitzpatrick inspired me to start reselling 2016. Have finally started a YouTube channel this week. Appreciate each and every video that you put out." That's fantastic. If anyone wants to go on to see what your YouTube channel is, I think it's if you click on the dots next to the name.
Yeah, highlight the comment, click on the dots, and people can go through and have a look at the channel.
And then you can go and have a look. Yeah. Well, good luck with it all. I hope it, hope it goes well.
Enjoy the YouTubing.
We'll certainly have a look ourselves.
And thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate that. I did see there was one before we even started.
The super chat before we started. Oh, goodness.
Which the trouble with the chat is I can't make it go backwards enough. There it is.
Right.
So what I'll have to do, I'll quickly, well, it was Liam Collins. I'm not going to be able to highlight it on screen like this because it's too long ago now. Liam Collins, super chat of £2. Thank you again for that.
Liam.
Great channel, helped me with my eBay selling. Appreciate the message.
That's fantastic. We've got another one now.
Oh my word, guys, you don't have to do this. Let me highlight. Does that work if I just click on it? Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
Scroll down.
We're trying to find it now. So I don't know.
No.
Here it is.
Okay.
Right, do you want to read that one?
Yeah, thank you, Jamie M. Says, just found this channel yesterday. Love the content already. Great work, folks. Thank you. And I hope that you enjoy the videos that are coming as well.
Yeah, a lot of people have found or stumbled across our channel because the video that we're going to reference in a minute has been shared far and wide, and it's being recommended within YouTube. So a lot of people are stumbling across the channel. We've had hundreds of extra subs in the last couple of days, which is great. So we need to get onto that about what's happened. Firstly, for those who maybe are watching this and haven't seen the video, I've linked it below. In a nutshell, we had a really bad experience on eBay of a buyer returning an item.
Tom, thank you. You really didn't need to super chat, but thank you. And yeah, you absolutely love it, don't you?
Yes,
You're just
I do.
over the moon about it.
When I opened it, I went in to show Andrea, and I was just lost for words.
I was standing there when you opened it.
Oh, were you?
Yes.
Well, and I just didn't quite know what to say or how to react. I couldn't believe that somebody that obviously I've never met you don't know me personally, and you've gone out and found something that is so me. I was blown away.
One way to put it.
So thank you so much again, Tom, and I hope everything is good with the baby, if the baby has arrived yet. Yes, so the video that we put out was about a bad experience. A customer returned a headlight which had been broken. We can only assume during installation, and we wanted to contact eBay to see if their seller support would support us when we needed it. And I won't explain what happens in the video, but needless to say, eBay did not help us out. In fact, it was the complete opposite. It was a complete farce, and their customer service for their sellers, their seller support was ridiculous, right? You can go and watch the video. It's all there. So
thank you, Nespresso. As promised, you are pioneers, and we thank you.
Thank you. So as promised,
I don't know what that's about. But
thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it. So anyway, the video was shared by a lot of other YouTubers. It gained a lot of momentum. It was shared on Twitter. It was shared on loads of Facebook groups. And as we speak, I think it's approaching, is it approaching 30,000 views or something? I don't know. It's gone a bit mad. But it managed to reach some influential people at eBay, and it went right to the top, and we got a response.
Oh, here we go. Bum Picker has posted the link to the Reselling White Boys channel. So if you want to go across and have a look and subscribe, then that's the link to follow. Yeah.
Okay. So we have printed it off. This is the response that eBay have given us. Well, we had a phone call first from a lady who was, what was her name? Laura.
Oh my goodness, this is a bit mad, guys. You really don't need to be super chatting us.
Okay.
Not that we don't appreciate it, but
we will read
thank
out
you.
the letter in a minute. Hold on.
This is from Shazad, who says, I have merchant support and it's useless.
Right.
But thank you, Shazad.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, Shazad sells hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of gear, and if he's not supported.
Yeah, well, exactly. And Steve, thank you, Steve. Says, because I like to follow the crowd. Does that mean that you're buying all the toilet rolls and pasta as well?
Yeah, he's in line to buy the pasta and the paracetamol. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So yeah, we had a phone call before this email. I'd actually not answered it. I get cold calls on my phone, and generally I just ignore them.
We all do, don't we? We all get them from.
So if it comes up,
had an accident.
it comes up. No caller ID, and I just ignore it. Eventually, I just thought, I'm going to tell these people where to go, and it was like, "Hi, Nick, I'm from eBay." Oh, Lex has just because Steve did.
Thank you, Lex.
£2 and a penny. So she rang and she said, "I'm calling about a video. I've been made aware of a video, and I've watched the video." So I put it on speakerphone, and we both had a chat with this lady. And she apologized, point blank apologized for the experience we went through. She actually said she watched it through her hands like this and was cringing. She couldn't believe what we had to go through to try and get ourselves heard. She couldn't believe the farce of the video. And she said, she apologized profusely. I said, that's all very well, but I'd like something in writing that we can share with the viewers, because the video was as much for eBay sellers at large as it was for ourselves. So
the reselling white boy says, another inconvenient super chat. Not inconvenient at all. We appreciate each and every one, and we thank you very much. We just, you don't need to spend your money on us. It's fine. We all, but we very much appreciate it. Thank you.
So we had a conversation on the phone, and she alluded to the fact that they are going to look into their processes and look into their customer support and their call centers and do a review on that stuff. It's all very well and easy to say that. The proof's going to be in the pudding to see if anything changes. But she did follow up with an email, which I can now read out to you. And this quite freaked us out because it's come from the Office of the President.
Oh, don't share that.
What?
Hasn't got her email on it at all, is it?
No. Anyway, so from the Office of the President, not Trump, we'll assume.
Yeah, we did have a laugh about that.
President of eBay?
Before this disappears, I just need to thank Thomas very much for. Thomas says, "I like biscuits."
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thanks for sharing. Got eBay messages coming in. So anyway, eBay said, "Hi, Nick. Many thanks for taking my call yesterday afternoon. It was lovely to speak to you. I just wanted to send you an email recapping our conversation from yesterday. Once again, I would like to acknowledge and apologize." So this is the Office of the President of eBay apologizing to us, which kind of blows my mind.
She isn't the president, though. Let's make that clear.
From the Office of, no. So I would like to acknowledge and apologize for the experience you had with us recently regarding the Hyundai headlight you sold on our platform. I personally watched the video from start to finish and felt your frustration with the back and forth on this. As she said in the phone call, she was cringing watching it, as I think many, many people have.
Yeah.
But many of you identified 100% with that experience. We are not alone in this, and we know this is not the exception. Sadly, this is more the norm, and we said that.
In fact, in the phone call, you said that and made that very clear that this, you said, I don't know if you've seen all the comments, and they did say they had read the comments on the video. So they are aware of other people's,
my nose is running.
Experiences as well from the comments.
Where's my? I had a tissue. Where's that gone?
I don't know.
I had to blow my nose. I had a tissue right here. I was using it not long ago. Okay, I'll have to keep sniffing. Excuse me. Anyway, so yeah, I said to her, could you kindly go back to the video and read other people's experiences that they were shared? Loads of people. It's now at 1,200 people have commented on that video. Most people sharing their experiences, which in many cases were worse than our story. So yeah, go and have a read. It is truly shocking. Oh, go on.
Because my name is Tom too. Thank you, Thomas Harper.
Thanks, Tom.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
So anyway, I'll go on to read what eBay had said in this follow-up email. As mentioned, your story highlighted a number of areas of concern within our policies and our customer service. You're telling me, eBay, right? Yeah. And I wanted to let you know that it has the attention of leadership. So this is at the top level, which is, again, quite mind-blowing. Also, because our video was nothing new. If you search on eBay, there's plenty of videos of people having ridiculous fights with eBay when they are totally in the right. Craigslist Hunter did one. Chad, Golden Finger Picker, did one.
Yeah.
Where it was blatantly they were being scammed.
Yeah.
But they didn't get any attention. How our videos had this level of attention?
We watched one as well, didn't we? Who was it? Was it the bearded reseller or something from his American guy?
I don't know. Have I watched it?
Yeah, we sat and watched it that night, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, and he was talking about something that he'd had returned.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and he'd had a really bad experience.
So thankfully...
Thank you, Tommy. Yes, my name is Tom E as well. Thank you.
There's too many Toms in the world.
No, you can't have enough Toms in the world.
Cheers, Tommy. Tommy helped with sharing the video as well. So many people got behind this and gave it enough momentum to get to the top.
But
which
there's
is
only
amazing.
one Tack Shack.
There is.
And there's only one George Ross. Actually, there's probably loads. But anyway, he says, my middle name is Thomas. Does that count? Yes, it does, George. Thank you.
We could just talk about Toms all night. I don't have to read the letter.
We drove through your part of the country today.
We drove through your town.
I didn't think you'd appreciate us turning up on your doorstep, to be honest.
So let me finish what I was saying. So yes, we'd also like to let you know that it has reached the attention of leadership. I mean, isn't that crazy? Little us here in the UK have, caught the attention of the heads of eBay. So you mentioned that you had received direct messages from other sellers who had experienced the same issue, and I wanted to let you know that we hear you and we'll review this. So hopefully they are going to go through that list and really get a sense of how big this problem is. How many of us sellers are peed off with the level of service or lack of any service when it comes to backing us in these cases, not listening to both sides of the story in these cases. But also, if eBay do read that, they will read, I don't know how many, probably 20, 30 or 50 people that have said, this is why I left eBay. This is why I no longer sell on eBay. This highlights the reasons I cannot do business on eBay. Yeah. They need to read that and make changes for their own benefit. Okay. I have also passed your invite to have one of our policy specialists feature on your channel. So maybe somebody's going to come on and answer the many, many questions this video has thrown up. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping. You had also mentioned yesterday you were unsure as to what the status was of this case. And I had advised it looked like you had been granted a courtesy gesture. We were totally unaware of this at that point. Please let me know if this isn't the case and I will review it for you. So we went into our eBay email and we did find a message. But what looks like has happened is somebody has been told on the back of the video, more than likely, to give us a courtesy gesture and to refund the buyer out of eBay's pocket. Mm-hmm. It was a very confusing eBay email, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit.
So what I think has happened, we've not had a penny back yet, but we're going to speak to Laura on Monday.
Yeah.
But what I think's happened was, now eBay refunded the buyer once we contested the case immediately, just like that, and then we had to fight to maybe get it reversed. So the buyer's had all his money back.
Yeah.
And then I think eBay have gone in and done a courtesy refund from their pocket, so we keep our money.
Yeah.
No, we don't have our money.
They said we'll refund him from our pocket so that you there's no charge to you. But they've already charged us. That's already come out of our account, and it hasn't gone back in again. So
I think this guy's had 2 lots of refunds.
yeah, he's probably sitting there going, "Oh, this is very lovely."
So we'll be explaining what we think might have happened there. Another,
and also we've got a defect on our account.
Yes, we're going to say to her, well, if we weren't in the wrong and you are backing us, please remove the defect on our account for contesting the case. Oh, what a farce.
Yeah.
Please feel free to contact me directly if you have any further questions or concerns. Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We will be. Many thanks, Laura, Office of the President of eBay.
Something that wasn't in that email that she did actually say in the phone conversation, which is something that I took from it as the most important thing I think that she said, which unfortunately isn't actually in that writing, is that she said that they really should have taken a step back and looked at the facts of the case. Yep. and looked at it and said, okay, this, not just, as we've explained, sort of done it tick boxing. They should have actually looked at the facts of it and taken it on a case by case thing. And that, the fact that she actually said that and said that's what they should have done kind of made me feel a bit more positive about the fact that if they're going to be reviewing their policies, hopefully that's something that will really be highlighted.
Absolutely.
That it shouldn't just be a, deal with this by numbers. It should be a, let's look at the facts of the case. Let's look at actually what's happened here.
The other thing is, I'm very aware it is so easy to say the right words in a phone call and to appease us as YouTubers, make us feel fine about it. But no, this isn't about us getting a refund. It never was. It was about making eBay aware how ridiculous their system is.
We'd have preferred it if they hadn't have given, our money away and we hadn't have lost it. But at the end of the day, it was more the principle of it, which is why we've pursued it.
So although they've said the right things and it feels great, and this is all very, very easy, but we would, we're not holding our breath, but we're hoping that some significant change might be able to come from this. I really hope somebody from eBay will come on, and then we'll be able to ask them questions. You'll be able to ask them questions.
Yeah, I feel, I hope that some sort of, like you say, some sort of positive change can come from this, that this has actually highlighted an issue visually that has, caught their attention, and hopefully they will look at this and realize this isn't an exception to the rule. There are lots and lots and lots of people who have had exactly the same, if not worse, experiences than us, because we've heard some horror stories this week. Really, the
private messages
that
we've had
made my jaw drop. That they really need to be looking at their return policies and how they deal with it.
And here's the thing: if we're getting a courtesy, payment from this, getting our money back, everybody else who shared their stories on that video should be. Right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
eBay, if you're watching.
Massive can of worms, doesn't it? But we've
did
got
you read
no, I haven't yet, because I felt that I needed to let you carry on and finish what you were reading. But yes, Jack, thank you so much. Says, I also know someone called Tom. So I'll do it too. Thank you, Jack. We appreciate that. And hello to your friend Tom.
Kirsten's eldest is Tom, apparently.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Peter. He says, well done, over 1K watching, enjoyed every moment.
Wow.
Hello to everybody new if you're watching.
Yeah, hi.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Peter.
Keep out, says George. We didn't even stop in your town. We didn't have time.
No, we didn't go to any charity shops. It's now skipped forwards. I need to go back.
Another thing, when we were on the phone to eBay,
and then RJ, thank you so much, RJ. Thank you guys for all your efforts. And no, I'm not Tom. No, you're not. You're RJ.
Thank you, RJ. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
I'd just like to point out as well, when we had this conversation with her, we said the very words. It's whilst it's very nice of you to make this gesture to us, we are still going to pursue this with trading standards. We're still going to find out if what we were told in that video was correct or could be correct with regards to distance selling regulations in the UK. We're going to look into that, hopefully have a conversation with trading standards, because I think that's an area that I think is worth exploring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we could have found them this week, but I just felt, we'd spent a whole week on. I'm just making sure I haven't missed anything. Yes, we've missed one from Euroboss. Thank you, Euroboss.
Euroboss says super chat record might get broken tonight.
Yeah.
Why wasn't that highlighted?
I don't know why
then?
that wasn't highlighted.
That's
but
not...
the chat here on StreamYard has skipped right forward, so I'm just having a look. I think I might have to shut it down.
Is that Mel?
That is Mel. But let me just make sure I haven't missed any more.
I
don't think so. There we go. I think that was that, and then we can go.
What did I do with that tissue? Oh, that's down there.
Highlight. And no, it's not coronavirus. I'm very used to Nick and his allergies. So
allergies.
It's just constant.
One thing or another.
Constant running nose. As if you're regular here, streaming eyes, all kinds.
Yes.
And yeah, Mel. Thank you so much, Mel. Thank you for being a voice for eBay sellers.
Thanks, Mel. Good to see you. And thanks for having me on the channel the other day.
I mean, I had a conversation with somebody on Twitter, and I said, he said, I've had this issue lots of times, and we've always been afraid to speak up, because if we speak up, we feel that nothing gets done, but then the issue is more prevalent, as in people know they can do that. They know they can get something, break it, or send back something different and get a full refund, and they didn't want to bring it to the forefront just in case it became a thing, more of a thing than it already is.
In fact, a few people have said that on the video, that we've highlighted to potential buyers how easy it is to get away with it.
And we do understand
how else are we going to stand up for our rights if we didn't?
But
and this video clearly has had that
speak
effect.
Out, then nothing gets done, does it? And nothing changes. So we just felt, when we first started making that video, it wasn't meant to be that at all. It was meant to be, how are eBay going to deal? It was meant to be a thing about seller protection.
Honestly,
that was it. It was meant to be a video about seller protection. We started it before we were aware of anything that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it just unfolded before us.
This is the thing. If eBay had listened to us and perhaps stood back as what's her name again? Laura wished they had, and seen sense and given us the seller support that we are promised, this video wouldn't exist. This video would be an example of when you have an issue, ring up and seller support will take a step back and weigh it up and back you if it's required. That didn't happen, and that's why this video has gone crazy and is out there. So eBay dropped the ball here, and we just reported it as it happened. That's all that video was.
But all we can do is hope that something really positive comes from it. And they've looked at it, and she said that she was like, oh my God, cringing when she was watching it, that hopefully they can now see and go, something really needs to change.
Because we did everything they asked, and we just about kept our cool and just went through the whole process. It showed what our experience is. And I think, as she said in the phone call, we are their customers as much as the buyers. And I was like, well, we didn't feel like it. We didn't feel supported. Let me just mention this then. 2 Aussie thrifters are in. Fantastic. Say thanks for the super chat of that must be Aussie dollars then. Yes. $5.99. That shirt should be eBay. Oh, this. Yes, eBay Busters. Yeah, good old Ghostbusters. Click through the link to the channel as well. Great channel down there in Australia. 2 Aussie thrifters. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
So it's been a fascinating ride to watch that video take off, and it keeps coming in waves, the views on it. I think because it gets shared on different Facebook groups, or I don't know, but it just keeps going up and down in waves, and it just keeps rolling on. So yes, it's amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, there was a comment there that says
Where?
they only apologize because you highlighted it. But yes, but at the same time, they, you know,
yeah. But here's the thing,
hopefully they're more aware of it because we highlighted it. You know, there are, I suppose, if you can imagine it, there are kind of top eBay people in offices, blah blah blah, and they decide on different training and different ways that, and that they don't see what happens, you know, on the ground floor. You know, they don't see what's happening. So this has highlighted what's actually happening here, and it's highlighted the fact that things, you know, if it's not meant to be that way, then training needs to change, and the way that people here deal with the policies they make here need to change.
And the point is, and what I was trying to say before was, if we do get our money back, that's not the end of it for us by any means. And it was never about the money. No. This is about them firstly admitting that there's a problem, and they have in black and white, but that's nothing, is it, without action? So we're going to pursue this, and we are going to pursue trading standards and find out what they have to say in relation to all of the quotes we got from that video of what eBay were telling us. So we are going to pursue that regardless of us getting our money back or not. Yeah, this has a long way to go.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I don't know.
Gary says, what many people have said to us, and thanks for the message, Gary, says, this video points out issues I've had numerous times. Your video was great. Hope eBay wakes up and protects sellers as well as buyers. Absolutely. And as we said on the phone, and as we're going to say in the reply email, this is not a one-off. This is not just about us and our experience. That was just a way to get the eyes on the issue.
Yeah.
We're going to ask them again, have they been and read everybody's sharing their stories of how they've been done over by eBay's so-called seller support. And they just need to wake up that people are leaving their platform in droves. And I've been an eBay supporter for 20 years now. And the last 12 months, I don't know what's changed. I have not felt supported. I've felt very out of control of my own business. And I'm a control freak, and it makes me nervous.
We have to say, in, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, we did have an issue where somebody bought some shoes from us and then sent back an absolutely battered old pair of shoes that were identical, but not, you know, obviously not worn. The ones we sent weren't worn. The ones they sent back were wrecked. And they dealt with it really well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Really well. And we had very, very good customer service at that point.
But I think in our, if you've not watched the video, go and watch it. But I think we'd have got in the tick box the flow chart that these people were working us through. If I'd have said they've sent back a different light, I think we'd have just got
possibly.
To we'll back you bit.
You know, we don't lie, you know.
just putting that out there, you know what I'm saying? But Shelley's
I just wanted to point out Shelley's comment. Said, to be honest, if they want to listen in to any of their recordings, they can hear the repetition of their policies and the shafting of their sellers. But they don't, do they? They don't listen in.
It's taken a YouTube video to shake them into actually, acknowledging there's an issue.
And then follows that up with the seller support has decreased markedly, although eBay says it's increased. Yes.
Yeah.
We do notice that in the amount of years that we've been selling on eBay, we've noticed that it's blaringly obvious. We're just...
A few people have said, and I do think it's true, they're taking their cues from Amazon. Amazon is the most customer-centric platform ever, and it's changed the way internet business has done. You know, Amazon are the driving force, and eBay are trying to be Amazon Mark II. They really are, and it's
they shouldn't be, because Amazon are not doing it well. Not really. I mean, they might be making their money, but they're not.
Well, it's a totally different thing, because eBay don't sell stuff. They run a platform, you know, and without us sellers, there is no eBay. Exactly. Amazon is different. Exactly. Amazon sells stuff.
Yeah. So if they lose all their marketplace sellers, doesn't matter, does it? Because
with Amazon, they're
still going to make their money.
So I really think that in the last few years, I agree with Shell there that they've eroded their core thing, that they need to support us, because we are eBay, you are eBay.
Yeah.
Combined, all of us sellers make eBay.
The people that buy on eBay are the customers, but we are the customers. We pay for a service.
We pay eBay.
We pay them for a service, and they're not providing it.
Exactly. The customers don't actually pay eBay. We do.
Yeah. We pay a lot of money.
And I have been quite shocked at how many people on that video we're talking about have said, this is why I left eBay. This is why I don't touch eBay. And it's repeated again and again and again. So you can see in black and white on that video, the 1,000+ comments of people saying, I'm leaving that platform. They do not back me. I'm leaving that platform. There's no support, blah, blah, blah. And this is bad. And hopefully this video goes some small way to helping to readdress that balance. That's all we can hope for. So yeah, Pleasant Valley there again saying buyers don't pay eBay anything. Yeah, we pay eBay.
Yeah.
Victoria says there, eBay need to learn that the customer is not always right and support their sellers when it's necessary. Exactly. Yeah. Taking a step back, looking at all of the facts, and then making a decision. Yeah, that's all we're asking. We're really asking for.
That's it. Because like we've said before, as soon as we opened that light and discovered the massive crack on the back, we were like, oh, okay then. Yeah, that's fine. Clear cut. They'll understand that it's not, wasn't our fault.
Well, he said he received it in perfect condition, remember?
Yeah.
If it became an issue of when was that damaged, then that's different, because somebody would have to decide, because we can't prove it. But when he said it arrived perfectly, I took it to the mechanic who would never have fitted a broken light.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Anyway, you've heard all this before.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But it comes down to this, eBay. And if eBay happen to be watching this, all we ask and all the sellers ask is that we are listened to and treated fairly. It's not a lot to ask. It really isn't. We're not asking for much.
I feel that what really should have happened is that, once the seller then says, I don't think this is right or whatever, and they wants to open an appeal, that's the point that the return should be frozen. And then eBay should look at the facts of it and then make a judgment either way by looking at the facts. But instead of freezing it and then stepping back and looking at all the evidence and all the facts, they immediately, it felt like they almost decided at that moment they weren't even going to bother with listening to us, and immediately refunded the buyer. The
buyer gets all his money back, and then we have to fight to maybe get some compensation from eBay.
And that shouldn't happen. There should be some sort of,
So the assumption is the buyer's right.
Yeah.
Let's see if we might listen to the sellers.
Yeah.
That's how it went.
Oh,
okay.
No, wrong one.
Which one, Lee?
This one. Thank you, Brum Seller. Great work. Because of this channel, eBay have sat up and took notice. Thank you. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope it isn't all hot air. I hope it is something that will be positive.
Exactly. Yeah. It's been quite a ride watching this video reach far and wide, and
and a real eye opener to us, some of the stories, because
totally. Well, I think I'm gonna do a video where I just read out what a lot of you guys and many others have taken your time out to sometimes put great long comments explaining what you went through, and in many cases, as I said before, way worse than our experience. It's a shocking testament to how eBay have been treating their sellers. So I think I'm going to do a couple of videos where I just read those out, and I will be sending the links to these people to say, watch this please, because it doesn't end here. And if we do manage to get our refund, that's one thing, but it doesn't change the fact that we're pursuing this now. We're in this for the long haul, and we're going to share as much as we can and take this as far as we can. We're going to go to trading standards. We're going to pursue getting eBay on to have a chat. It does not end here.
Thank you, Tommy, again. Super chat from Tommy says, sounds like Mr. H at eBay UK must have power.
Mr. H?
Is that you or
me?
Rob, or could be Rob Hadtrail? Or,
I don't know. I don't know who pressed the buttons.
But yeah, I don't know who's looking into this, but whoever it is, I hope they take notice. So yeah. Yeah.
Apparently we've got 1,100 watches.
Yeah. Fantastic. Eric says eBay policy needs an overhaul for the sellers that run it for them. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
I think so. I think
need to have some sort of
eBay themselves need to step back. And everything comes down to the bottom line. Everything comes down to money. They're a corporation, they're a business. I understand that, but they have really missed the point here. And if they do go and read all the comments on that video, they'll realize they're losing sellers, and we are their bread and butter. I know they're chasing the big business and they're chasing all of the big box stores and they want that, but we are still the lifeblood of their business. All of these small and medium-sized businesses that slave away in our little offices plowing stuff on their platform, we're the lifeblood of that business. And if they push us all away with these ridiculous policies and pathetic customer service, it's going to undermine their business, full stop.
Yeah.
And if that is highlighted from this video and from all the comments you keep sharing on those videos and all of that, then that's what we're aiming for.
Yeah. Just here's one from Kenny B. Had an experience recently. Sold a phone on eBay, worked perfect. Buyer opened return, sent to wrong address, got refunded, got phone back to them, kept hold of phone, didn't respond to me, and eBay sided with them. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, someone's saying, I'm really pleased you haven't been shut down by eBay. We haven't been shut down by eBay.
Well,
no.
Hopefully not.
Let's read out a few more bits.
No, I mean, let's just take a moment here and say that, there are a lot of good things about eBay. We wouldn't be selling on the platform if there weren't. And we've been with them for nearly 20 years and we've had a lot of really good experiences. And, they've helped us to run our business, and using their platform has helped us to reach a wider customer base. There are so many good things about eBay, but this is something that really needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Because,
Absolutely. And I am still an advocate of eBay. I'm a fan of eBay and the platform and its reach and how it works, but they are really dropping the ball with seller support.
Yeah.
And it's just so ironic that they brought in this seller support thing at the time when they've really gone downhill with it. It's crazy. Dennis is saying this includes UK and US, same issues in both markets.
Yeah, and I think that the UK and the US work quite close together, don't they? Definitely things happen in the US and then they sort of filter down to the UK.
I don't know how it works, but same experiences.
There's a comment from Rod.
Is there? Where's Rod?
Here.
Oh. Nick and Andrea being shut down by you, but don't even say it, Rod. Oh my God, imagine the video for that. Yeah, I wouldn't keep quiet, put it that way. Nick and Andrea fighting for small business. Thanks, guys. Well, the channel wouldn't have taken this weird turn if it wasn't for eBay, being like that with us. This is not a decision we made. We were just reporting things that happened, and now we're running with it.
Exactly. Like we said, it just played out as we were filming, and we couldn't believe what we were being told at the time. I was filming, and I was like, what is happening here?
While I was on the phone to some of the reps, and Andrew's behind, just going, say this, say that. Oh, I'm getting so angry.
You kept getting really annoyed with me.
Well, I was trying to have a conversation, and then your blood was boiling behind the camera.
It's a good job. You've been commended for being so patient, and I would not have been. I have had a situation after we had that situation where we lost a fair amount on those CDs.
Oh yeah.
I did end up shouting at the poor man in Ireland because I got so frustrated.
But you don't get anywhere if you lose your cool.
I know you don't.
You really don't.
And I'm not generally like that. I'm quite a passive person. But it got me to a point where I was so frustrated. I got a bit shouty. So it was a good job you were dealing with that one.
Round to it says, so did they compensate for you for your time and duress?
No.
Well, so far we've had nothing back apart from a promise of money back. I may breach that with her, but I don't know. It honestly isn't about that.
It's not about that.
And if that's what we had to go through to get this issue highlighted, then fair enough. You know what I mean? That's fine. It's not about them compensating us at all. I wonder if the buyer has seen the video.
Wow.
Don't know. Well, you were talking about actually messaging the buyer.
Yeah.
But we're not sure what we're going to do with that yet.
Yeah, don't know.
Current situation with the headlight refund. We haven't had it yet. We'll inform you. Hi, Peter. I hope it changes something, but I get the feeling if the situation was rerun, it may happen again. Well, I'm not wanting another return, but you can guarantee we're going to follow the procedure again.
Well, let's hope this headlight goes a bit more smoothly.
We sold another headlight the other day.
Yeah, it wasn't for as much money, but
well, can I just put out there,
still a fair amount.
We're not the only ones with YouTube channels. I know we have a fairly large reach, but we can all get behind and share anyone's videos and push them to the right places. So anybody watching this who has a YouTube channel, look what can come of just sharing the facts of what happens. So make your own videos, put it out there.
Sailor Russ says, sorry that happened to you. I've had similar issues. You're right. It's about right and wrong. Yeah, that's
well, it's just been about it.
Like the sequel.
It's not, look, it is about right and wrong, but it's about feeling that you're being listened to and treated fairly. Even if, they'd have, I don't know, just stood back and actually listened to the facts.
I do, Kelly, but only if I'm cross with Nick or cross with someone else, or when I'm on my own. Nobody's listening.
I don't want Headlight the sequel, Peter. Word of mouth on YouTube, it worked. Yes. And as I was saying, did I highlight the wrong thing? Next take on blimey. No. Don't start me on Amazon.
No.
Word of mouth on YouTube. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I was just saying. Those of you that do choose to share on YouTube, make these videos. Just share it as it is, and people can get behind it and get it to the right places, and things happen. Maybe this is still all words at the moment, and we're aware of that, but
exactly. Yeah.
What does that say there? It's just gone.
This one.
It's round to it again. I will just have to watch this as I've just joined. They may have apologized, but are they going to do anything? Exactly. And it's all words at the moment, and words are easy. Words are cheap. I very much doubt it. Nothing has changed. I can't read it now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'll go back to it. Here we are.
Nothing has changed and nothing will change. Well, that's quite a cynical view, but I think many will share that view. But here's the thing, and as we said, this doesn't end here with us. And if nothing changes, we'll keep badgering away. We have been told, let me read you this bit. Feel free to contact me directly if you have any further questions or concerns. If my concern is nothing is being done, you can guarantee this lovely lady Laura will be receiving many messages.
Yeah, and we have to say she was very pleasant on the phone.
Well, of course, but she's helpful. In PR. I mean,
that's her job. That's her job. But I'm just saying, like to stay positive.
And also for those that have messaged me and said, are eBay asking you to take the video down? Is that part of you getting your refund? They have not even suggested taking the video down. If we were asked to, we wouldn't. No. Just to answer that question that I've had many times.
And if they did, that would be kind of extortion, wouldn't it?
Well, they haven't suggested it yet.
Nigel says, don't worry, there's a light at the end of the eBay tunnel.
Well, we shall see. Yeah, the ball is in their court now to actually act on what they've said and maybe review things and change things. An Andrea swearing video could go viral.
Ashley says, I don't think eBay should try and be like Amazon, as them being different to Amazon is actually their main strength. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Especially the used market. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. They need to focus on and improve their own weaknesses. Yes. And I've said this before, in this sort of day and age where we're, we're all thinking about our effects on the environment, and secondhand and vintage are massive. then that's really where they should be focusing. But I do have to say, I don't know if most people might have had this message as well or seen it. They've launched it, but they've launched a vintage hub. So for clothing sellers or people who sell vintage stuff, that is a positive step forward in using eBay to promote reusing, recycling, and really jumping on that trend. But yeah, all of that I totally agree with.
I almost think, and I think this has come up in discussions I've had with other people before, that I know eBay are chasing the new market and the big box stores and the big companies selling on their, but I feel like eBay new is they're wanting the new side of it to be Amazon, and I can understand why. But the used and the small businesses and the people like us that sell predominantly used stuff is a different market, and it needs to be handled differently, and the customer service and the seller service needs to be different.
Yes.
And a few people have mentioned they were treating us as if we were a massive headlight company with thousands of headlights, and we should right into our business losing that money, etc., etc. It almost feels like eBay should be two things: the new eBay store and the used eBay store. You see what I mean? I don't know if there's scope for them to kind of split, and then they can treat their sellers differently depending on. That'd be complicated for us because we do a bit of both, but who knows?
Karen says, Karen told me off for saying crap on Seller Lectures Live.
Crap's not a swear word.
Yeah, I haven't watched that back yet. I need to watch that. Ashley says, thank you, Ashley, for the super chat.
Hi, Ashley.
Sorry I'm late. Just back for the garage getting a new headlight fixed. Fingers crossed it doesn't leak this time. Got it from some dodgy eBay.
Well, if it is you, I think you've had 2 refunds. You've had your money back from us and another refund from some Wally at eBay who's done it wrong, I think. Yeah.
Funny.
That's not a light at the end of the tunnel, says Peter. It's a train coming towards you.
Yeah.
Oh dear. What's that? Reese's Gaming. I bet Mr. President doesn't need to call the Philippines call center every time he needs his £1 million in seller fees moved between his bank accounts. He probably doesn't know.
Sean Richardson said, at what point did the buyer say it was broken? Was it after the mechanic had it? Yes. Because he received it, said, and praised us in his feedback on the considerate packaging, was very happy with it, sent a message saying everything was perfect and he was really happy with it, and he was going to go and get it fitted by his mechanic. And then a couple of days later, he'd had it fitted, he'd driven it, and then the issue started, apparently. Yeah,
there's 2 things. He wouldn't have said it was for the damage to have occurred in transit. That box would have been severely smashed up. We've had it back and the box is fine. And then he said it was perfect. And then a mechanic wouldn't have fitted it if there's a massive crack and the mounting bracket was broken. So yeah, for sure it happened after he got it. Do you need some more? Oh, I've been using orange paper for about a year because I bought, I think, 4 reams at a car boot sale.
It's all about being thrifty.
Super cheap. Who cares? So I print off all my stuff in orange.
And also, white's boring.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right.
Oh, we've got another super chat from Georgina. Thank you, Georgina.
Hi, Georgina.
Thanks for helping us little tat sellers.
Oh, that's really sweet. We try. We're just doing our thing.
No little tat sellers here. We're all in it together.
Yeah.
As the government keep telling us at the moment. Yeah. No,
Ben says, did you get the £300 back? If you missed that bit earlier, they have promised us that, but we haven't seen it yet, and we're going to speak to them on Monday. The buyer had his refund from us when they did that, as soon as we appealed the case, and then somebody has refunded the buyer from eBay, thinking that, so it didn't have to come out of our pocket, but it's already come out of our pocket. So we think the buyer's actually been refunded twice. What a farce. But we've not seen any money back, no. Yet.
Yes.
Who's Tom? Who isn't Tom? Right? Okay. How are we doing for time? We've got 5 minutes. We'll see.
Someone's asked what label printer you use.
What label printer? Oh, we use a Zebra GK420D. There should be links for all the stuff we use in our business below if you want to go and have a look. They're not cheap, but they are brilliant. That was PIXO. Do we want to get on to coronavirus? I'm not sure we do. Maybe oh, I've just seen a super chat. Let's touch on that instead. I'm getting as fed up with coronavirus as I was about Brexit.
It's not fed up, is it? I mean, obviously it's something to be concerned about, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
It's going to get a lot worse from here on in. That's all I know. You think it's crazy at the minute? Yeah. People clearing the shelves in supermarkets. What's all that about?
That's completely ridiculous, isn't it? But I was saying that most of us that all work at home anyway, it's if we all have to self-isolate, at least we're quite used to being at home every day anyway. So we can get on with stuff.
For those of us that are in that situation, like ourselves, Zahir, for example, who works at home, if we do have to self-isolate, we can carry on to some extent if we're well enough. But Zahir is in. Hi, Zahir. Good to see you. A super chatted £5 and says, thanks for bringing this to light. Hopefully it could lead to a policy change in the future.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping.
That's what we're hoping. And we're not going to stop at this point. We're going to pursue this as far as we can take it. And as I said, it's all very well them saying all these nice things, but until some action happens or they can tell us what they're going to put in place, we will keep badgering them and messaging them and making videos, sharing our experience and yours. As I said, I'm going to do a video soon picking out some of the highlights of the stories everyone has shared on that other video and just read them out one by one, and then I'm going to send that video to eBay because I'm not sure what I think, whether they're going to do something, but we're going to certainly push and affect those changes if we can.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Oh, eBay messages.
Something you're bidding on.
Something I'm bidding on. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Can you do another picking orders video? Maybe. Yes. Soon. Bring back Brexit. Please don't.
Oh, there's one there, look.
Oh, blimey, guys. This is crazy.
My seller platform will be the next big thing. Well, if it is, let us know. We'll jump on.
Well, if you've got a seller platform, get it out there. Share it with us.
Go for it, because I honestly think there is room in the market at this point in time for something to really take off.
Oh, here we go. What if Royal Mail shut down due to the virus?
Yeah. Did you all get emails from Royal Mail? Because they were talking about the fact that they're changing their signed for, so they're not going to be giving us something to sign if we get something that's signed, and they're assuring everybody that it shouldn't be that if anybody sends something to you and they've got the virus, it won't live on the post. They've taken scientific advice on that, and apparently it doesn't live on paper and packaging and stuff. So
okay.
So yeah, and they're obviously upping their advice to staff, making sure that they're washing their hands and using hand sanitizers and all that business. So
did I, Adrian?
Oh no,
I'll have a look for that. Tommy again says vote Zahir Malik for PM or president.
We'd
either or.
Vote for Zahir for PM or president.
President what, of eBay?
Yes, I think you'd vote fantastic.
Or KFC?
President of eBay.
It's the future.
Sweatmomper wants to know if you're bidding on a proton pack.
Proton pack for my ghost busting. No. Apparently we missed something from Adrian then.
Yeah. Totally haven't seen that at all. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Super chats are showing on here, but some are not highlighting. So if we have
there we go. Sorry,
Adrian.
I am Tom, and so is my wife.
I'm sure you were Adrian last time we chatted. Thanks for the super chat. Okay, and was that another? Blimey.
No, I think that was it.
What's that? Oh, is that it?
Yeah,
Okay,
that was the
good,
one
good.
that
All
I
right.
read.
Right. Adrian's asking, for those that are watching this, and I know there's an awful lot of new people, questions like this, a quick browse on the channel will show you exactly how we run our business. But in answer to that question, where do you get your stock from?
Sorry, that's one on
car boot sales. In the height of the season, we will fill up the car on a weekly basis and buy way more stock than we could ever list. And then through the winter, we don't tend to source a great deal, but we do track down jumble sales. We sometimes go to auction. We also hunt for huge job lots, one of which will be turning up next week. So watch out on the channel for that. Wherever we can.
If anyone's worrying about sort of sourcing or getting stock while you're having to self-isolate, if you are, then I think kind of arbitrage is the way to go, isn't it, really?
You could order online, maybe. But thanks for the question.
Dave was talking about Royal Mail policies, which is quite interesting. We are signed for policy this Saturday. I got to knock on the door and drop your parcel and then write C19 on my PDA when I see you pick up a parcel, or I card you. Okay. Right. Ooh. So, so you're basically not like handing it over and.
Okay. So you're not touching other people. Blimey.
Yeah.
Right. Let me get to the end of the chat. Right. Am I at the end? Yeah. No car boots this year. I saw someone else saying that earlier. They're getting to the point where they are cancelling big events like concerts, football matches, etc. Obviously, you don't want 10,000 people all mingling together if you're trying to suppress a virus. Whether that means they're going to cancel all boot sales, I don't know, but I guess it might.
It's still very vague, isn't it? Like we were listening to Michael Ball when we were driving home, and he was interviewing people who are promoting their West End shows, and all the West End shows are still, well, most of them are still open, and they were saying as far as we know, we're still on next week, so they just don't know what's going on with that. And like Ellen's got tickets for a show in May, and the guy that she's got tickets for, she was watching his live stream the other day, and he was saying, I'm not cancelling my shows yet. As far as I know, they're still going ahead, but we'll just keep you informed as to what happens. So it's all just up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this will change on a daily basis. What on earth's going on? It's kind of unprecedented, really, this, isn't it?
Because Ellen's got a dance show in a couple of weeks, and they haven't told us they've cancelled that.
That's not yet. I don't think they'll go ahead.
Don't know.
Kenneth is in. Hi, Kenneth. Good to see you. New tests shows that COVID-19 only stays on cardboard for 24 hours and steel and plastic for 3 days. So just wait 24 hours to pick up your package.
Okay.
Mind you, if it's been left on your doorstep by the postman, in 24 hours, someone will have nicked it. Certainly around here. Super chat. Have we missed another one? Hang on, let me scroll back.
Well, I just wanted to say about people being stranded and stuff. My uncle and aunt and my cousin, her husband and little girl are all stranded in Tenerife at the moment, and they're not allowed to go out of their hotel. They tried to go to the beach today and they were sent back.
Mind you, if you're going to be isolated somewhere, a nice hotel in Tenerife,
exactly, but
could be worse.
They don't know when they're going to get to come home. They don't.
I'd take it. Imagine though, if you're on like some all-inclusive deal and you've just got free food and booze for however long you're stuck there.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for, I think.
Yeah, I know. Reselling White Boy has super chatted again. Says Zahir should be on a billboard after the new hair.
Yeah, very stylish. We did tune in a little bit over the weekend, didn't we?
Saw the new cropped Zahir. Yeah, very good. Okay, well, we're going to wrap this one up. Let me just get to the end. See if there's anything. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think the Harry Potter tour in London has shut down. I know all of the Disneys across the world have shut for the foreseeable.
Wow. Imagine how much revenue Disney are losing on a daily basis, shutting all of their parks.
Yeah.
That's how serious this has got.
No,
That's millions upon millions
yeah.
a day.
I tell you what this does. It really highlights how much we take for granted.
Yeah, yeah.
We take food, easy access to food for granted, easy access to medication and healthcare for granted. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
leaving our houses. We take leaving our houses for granted.
I really do think you're right. And when we come out the other side of this, as let's hope we do, he says coughing.
Oh no.
It's allergies. It's fine. Yeah, I think we'll have a new respect for shops with food on the shelves and being able to go to the pub or a concert or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. I've not come down with it, honestly. Okay, we're going to leave you here. We will be speaking to eBay on Monday, and of course we'll inform you of anything that happens in regards to that. Thank you for all of your support. Thanks to everyone who helped to share that video far and wide and give it the momentum it needed to get right to the top of eBay. It's been quite a ride. Thank you for joining us. We've still got nearly 1,000 people watching. So if you enjoy what we do, please give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please do so, and we'll see you in the next video.
And we will keep you updated with what happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this doesn't end here. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, have a great week, everyone.
I'll be live tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure when we said, with Derek, to share how Derek did in the listing challenge. And how I did as well, to see who won that. It wasn't a competition. It's just a bit of fun. I'm only saying that because I think I've lost. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to try and unhighlight that comment before we went, but I can't.
You can't. No, the easiest way is you just click on another one and then click off it like that. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have a good week, and we'll speak to you soon.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.